Hi, welcome to the Hawaii Real Estate Report. I'm Scott Sakata.
And I'm Jeff Orig.
Today our guest is Abe Lee, broker and owner of Abe Lee Realty. Aside from his brokerage company, Abe also teaches and offers classes through Abe Lee seminars. We'll talk about a very sensitive subject today, and that's foreclosures.
Abe, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I came to Hawaii from Korea when I was 8 years old in 1956. Went to Lunalilo Elementary School and went to University High. Went to University of Hawaii, got a bachelor's degree in Asian studies, got my insurance license, got a real estate license, got my master's degree in education, and I've had my license since 1974. And I've been developing, teaching classes, and I have wonderful real estate agents that work with me.
Oh, great. Okay, this may sound like a very basic question, but what is a foreclosure?
A foreclosure occurs when someone that borrows money from a bank cannot make the payments. After the first month, the bank collection department will call you up, and let's say it's me, I'm in default. And they'll say, Mr. Lee, this is so-and-so from XYZ Bank. You're behind on your payments. When are you going to make your payments? And if I tell them I'm really sick, I just got out of the hospital, they'll go, so when are you going to make your payments? You know. So I don't mean to say they're cold, but they have a job.
Right.
And that their job is to collect. And if they can't collect, then they foreclose. So basically, if you can't pay, they'll either go through a short sale or they'll go through foreclosure. And they have other options as well in how to handle the situation.
So after the 30 days, at what point will the bank decide, okay, we're going to put you in foreclosure?
Well, after 30 days, I think they'll give you a little more breathing room. Okay. And I think after 60 days, then they'll start to take action. And if they go through the foreclosure process, there's actually two options that the bank has. Mm-hmm. And one is called a judicial foreclosure, and the other one is called a non-judicial foreclosure.
Which is going to be my next question. What's the difference between the two?
Sure. Let me walk you through a judicial foreclosure first. Let's say I'm in default the second month. The bank employee goes, Abe's a deadbeat. He's not going to pay. And I maybe told him about loss of job, my wife divorcing me, and she makes more money than me or whatever. So the bank then will hire an attorney, and they'll file papers at the courts if they're going judicial, because they got to go to the court system. So the judge will then order a complaint to be filed against me. So some man that's usually semi-retired or retired will come looking for me with a clipboard for me to sign that I received the documents, and he'll serve me. Once I receive those papers, and it'll say, Plaintiff XYZ Bank, Defendant Abraham Lee, I've been served. Now the courts will then start the foreclosure process. The courts will then select a commissioner. Mm-hmm. And a commissioner is either an attorney, historically they were attorneys, and now a lot of realtors are foreclosures commissioners. So the commissioner will call me up and say, Mr. Lee, I'm the commissioner, and I'm going to control the property from now on. If you have any rental income, I get the rents. If you have any payments to make, I get the payments. So basically, that commissioner is an officer of the court that has controlled the property. I no longer have control over that property because judicially, the law says they have control. She'll do open houses if I let her, 2 weekends. Then they'll have a courthouse auction. It's always at noon at the courthouse steps on the corner of Halikawila and Punch Bowl, I believe, right across Restaurant Row. And anybody that wants to bid on that property will then show the check to the commissioner. It has to be a cashier's check for 10% of the anticipated purchase price. So if they think my house is worth $400,000, that they're going to buy it at, and let's say it's worth really $550,000, they have to show a check for $40,000 to the commissioner. So now everybody that showed a check will now have the chance to bid. So the commissioner will open the bidding up and say, okay, what am I bid? And usually there's no upset price, which means there's no starting price. Mm-hmm. Somebody could start off at $1,000 or $100,000. And usually, they're reasonable in their starting bid, probably $100,000, $200,000. Then they keep on going up till nobody else is bidding. And let's say the highest bid is $450,000. Commissioner, just like in the movies, will say, okay, going once, going twice, going 3 times, sold. But it's not really sold because there's a court confirmation hearing. And a month later, usually, from the courthouse auction, there's a court confirmation hearing where the judge then will say, is there anyone else that wants to bid on this property? And then from then on, someone might say, oh, I want to bid. So they go out into the hallway and they start the bidding over again, but it is at 5% higher than what it sold bid at the courthouse steps. So it was 450,000. It's 5% higher.
Okay.
So they start at 450.
Okay. Well, we'll continue this right after the break.